Good morning. Happy, what is it? Wednesday. Just wanted to pop on and say also happy April, and it is no April's Fool joke that we are currently in what we're in the world at the moment. And what I wanted to talk to you today about though is that we are in April and it is a 4-month. And, 4 is about restructuring. It's about grounding. We are in, hey Donna, good morning, thank you. We are in a 4-year as well, right? And it's all about restructure. Hey Lisa. So as you can see, everything's restructuring, right? From the planets to our earth, the governments, schools, all the big organizations, all of nature is restructuring, right? Our lives are restructuring, and it's time for us to restructure on the inside as well. And April will really bring us that opportunity, firstly because we're at home, right? A lot of us are at home now in isolation or just in lockdown, and we're away from all the busyness, from the noise, from the distractions, and that's driving a lot of people crazy. The silence is driving a lot of people crazy, right? Whereas for me, the noise drives me crazy, so I'm really happy to be here in the silence. But for many people, it's something foreign to them, and it's been a long time since they've actually sat in silence with themselves, and this is really being forced on everyone now. And it's an opportunity to go within and to start really having a look at those parts of yourself that you've lost faith in, that you've lost belief in, right? All of those things about yourself that you rely on other people to fill, right? So many of us have lost belief in who we are, and this has not just been this lifetime, this has been generations, thousands of years under the control of the old system. And it's time, it's the shift. This is the time we're all being raised up into fifth dimension energy, which is about our own belief. It's about our own empowerment, and it's not about the control. It's not about that anymore. I guess for some people, the fear is really coming up because they're used to playing along with what's going on in the external. And when all of that has now just fallen away, it's like the security blanket, and it's like, well, what do I do now? Here am I in my home. What do I do now, right? It's been really fearful and really scary for a lot of people, let alone all the financial side of it, right? But the real fear is, what do I do now? Who am I without the work? Who am I without that experience? Who am I without those people around me? Who am I without all of the external forces telling me who I am and what to do, right? It really is bringing up a lot of fear in people. But it's a beautiful opportunity. We've always got this opportunity, but a beautiful opportunity now for April, when I really feel many of us will be at home. The world is kind of stopping, and it's a beautiful opportunity to go within. And I also know for so many of you watching that your intuitive abilities are just going through the roof. And if you're already tuned into all of that, you'll be feeling the expansion. If you're just starting to be tuned into those abilities that you have, and we all have them, you will be really honing in on what's happening. Maybe your clairaudience is awakening, right? And you're hearing things. Maybe your clairvoyance is opening up and you're starting to just see little things out the corner of your eye, right? I was surrounded in my room last night with lights and energy, and I'm starting to see it more now too. And those gut feelings, that claircognizance, that will be heightening in you as well. So it's a beautiful time now over this next few weeks, in the silence of the world, for you to really go into the silence within you and really find your truth. Find your truth outside of what you've been told, outside of all of those fears or those stories or beliefs that you've adopted from other people, right? That maybe you're not good enough, or maybe you're not worth it, maybe you're not lovable, right? All of these stories that we have are not necessarily ours, right? We've adopted them. And when we're in the noise of the external, whether we're at work or whether we're in the busy cities or the shopping centres or the streets, or just in large groups of people all the time, we're distracted. We're distracted from all of that. Hey, Jackie, nice to see you. So without that distraction, who are you? Right? So April, it's the 4th month. It's another opportunity for you in this 4th year to really get down to basics. What's the structure of you? How do you want your life to be structured? Right? What are the foundations of your life? How would that look? How would that feel? If you didn't have all of the outside world validating you, who would you be? Right? I feel this is also something else that people are discovering right now, which is also putting them into fear, is that they're not getting validated by anyone on a daily basis. Right? And I know how that feels, because when I first got into social media 10 years ago, I got on there for validation, right? But, over the last couple of years, I haven't needed validation from the outside world. And so it makes a really big difference if you can show up and know who you are and be okay with that and not need other people to confirm that for you. It makes a huge difference. And when something like this happens and you haven't got that external stimulation, right, of feeling good because other people have said it, right, and validating you, then you kind of feel lost. It's like, well, how can I be happy today with no one around? How can I feel good with no one around? How can I feel good, feel at peace, feel valuable, feel worthy, feel joy sitting here on my own? Right? There's the task. There's the task. Because everything in the outside world really is just a construct, and you are the maker of your own movie. So when you start to validate yourself, and when you start to feel that inner peace of you, you're not going to need it from the external. And it's a beautiful opportunity now over the next couple of weeks to tune into that. I'd highly recommend that you meditate for at least 15 minutes a day. Now that has scared a lot of people in the past because they've been so busy they've been so busy that, you know, they're like, I'm too busy to meditate. They're the people who need to meditate. But now you've got the time now, right? Set aside 15 minutes a day. Go and sit on your front yard or your backyard on the grass and just sit for 10 minutes. Lie down, stargaze, right? These are all forms of meditation. But if you've got the time, which many of you do now, really find a way or some meditation, music or guided meditation that really calls to you, that you really can sit there for 15 minutes and escape your mind. That's really the point of meditation. Escape your mind and really get to the essence of who you are. I'd really highly recommend that this month. And if you can create that as a foundation practice that you do on a daily basis, if you can create that this month, then, you know, your life will change. It truly will. And the other thing that would be really important this month is to really start resetting some of those beliefs that you've got about yourself. Because as I've said, many of them aren't even your story, right? And your belief about yourself, for many of you, has been dependent, as I said before, on the validation of other people. So let's reset that, right? So what you can do is just write down all of your beliefs. Write down all the stuff that's coming up for you. Have a journal this month. Write down all the stuff that's coming up for you. You don't need to deal with it unless you want to, but write it down. Get it out of your mind so it's not swimming around there in the hurricane of all the other thousands of thoughts, right? Get it out on paper. And it's really interesting, even if you don't do any work around what you've written, because like when I'm working with clients, we do lots of work around all of those revelations, right? So we can turn them around. But even if you just write them down and read them, many of them you'll just kind of go, really? That was going around in my head? That's crazy. Okay, so many of them, even if you just write them out of your head and read them back, you can see the craziness of them, or you can see that they're not representing who you are, and you can let go of them immediately. So even just doing that this month will really help moving forward. But you know, if you are still in fear, you know, around a lot of people in fear around money. You know, here's the thing, guys, that any fear that you've got now that's being amplified, you had before this all happened, right? So, you know, there's a real calling here to step out of the current situation and once again ask yourself better questions, right? So if you've lost your job and you know you're wondering how you're going to survive and get through, yes, you need to worry about those things, but don't be stuck in fear about it. But if you're trying to move forward from that fear that you've had has always been there. It's just coming to the fore. So why have you got that fear? Why do you not trust that the universe has your back? Why do you not trust that you're enough and that you can receive? Right? Why are those fears there in the first place? They're just amplified now. And you know, for many of you, you might be thinking it's the first time you've had that fear, but it won't be. It'll be something in you that is now amplified, and you can clear it. You can clear it if it's being amplified. So, and, oh, what's that, Jackie? Fear will keep you safe. That is interesting. Oh my goodness, fear will not keep you safe. Now, isn't that something that we've been hypnotized with? Right? That's the old control system. That's the old control system, Jackie, isn't it? And you would have known that. Yeah. You know, like, let's keep all the people in fear. Let's hypnotize them to let them know that it's safe. It's safer to be in fear. It's just crazy. But, you know, as we rise up in vibration, more of us are awakening up to this. More of us are waking up to this. And we don't have to be in fear. And we don't have to believe everything the people in control have to tell us. We don't have to believe any of it, actually. The only thing we need to believe is ourselves, right? What are we being told instinctively, intuitively? What do we feel about something? What do we feel our truth is? That's all we need to believe in. Because if you can really believe and trust in yourself and what your guides are telling you, what your instincts are telling you, what your body's telling you, if you can really believe in that, then the fear will really subside. And fear won't keep you safe. Fear will keep you in the robotic control system of the world, which is now crumbling, and you know, there's so many people scared of that because they're so used to having that control and that safety. It's like, well, who am I outside of that? And I'm scared to look at that. But you're really being called to do that, and it's a beautiful opportunity to do that. Yeah, absolutely, Jackie. Absolutely. The fear really is keeping a lot of people stuck, and they won't move out of it, unfortunately. But, you know, if we can really tune into our belief and our strength and validate who we are and really believe in ourselves, that makes such a difference on an energetic basis. And the people around us who are looking for support, looking for answers, looking for leadership, they're the ones that will be reached. And it's such important work at the moment. So, as I said before, many of us are also, you know, all of our intuitive abilities are just heightening. And for some people, and some of the clients I'm working with, sorry. I think my cat and my dog are still a little bit weirded out that I'm home. Anywho, and I think for many other people, many of you watching this, you are starting to get those intuitive skills. So I'd really encourage you to join some groups, join some pages or some communities where this is a normal conversation. Especially if you're starting to have those abilities, those intuitive prompts and those callings opening up for you, I would definitely start finding the communities online that are having the same conversation. You know, don't be in the conversation of fear. Don't be in that. It's just creating more fear. Be in the conversations of enlightenment, of empowerment, of intuitive abilities, of belief. You can head over and join my page at Trish Rock Transformation. We have these conversations. I'm doing lives over there, but I just wanted to come here today. And intuitively, I'm reaching the people today through here that needed to hear this and who have added to the conversation. So, you know, I'm following the prompts more so than ever. And I would really encourage you to follow your calling, your prompts, and do what is needed to start believing in yourself again. This is the main thing that I would call you to do this month in April. Set your foundational beliefs of you, who you are, who you can be, your infinite support, your worthiness to receive, your trust in yourself, and the trust in all of the callings that you're getting for your higher purpose, your intuitive gifts, and your calling to serve others, which is quite strong for many of us at the moment. Yeah, Lee, that's absolutely right. But here's the thing, Lee, you can choose different communities. So, I very rarely see anything negative when I get on my social media. It's interesting, isn't it? Because I've surrounded myself with people that aren't negative. And, just over the years, anyone who's been popping up those things, that I just block them or get rid of them or unfriend or whatever it is. But I really I enjoy getting on my Facebook page because I see really inspiring, beautiful people and really positive, empowered messages. So we've all got the choice to do that as well. Your social media, if you're going there to have a look at it, it's like, who are you inviting in to your energy? Who are you inviting in to the conversation? Who are you inviting in to your community? And you truly can shift that. And you don't have to see those things that you don't want to see. There are choices. You have a choice. We all have a choice as to how we feel. We have a choice as to how we feel, what we look at, what we want to hear, and who we're around. Yeah, absolutely, Lee. Just turn off the notifications or hide people or unfollow. You don't have to have it in your... and once you block out some of those negative things that are coming through, you will see more of the positive. So, absolutely, Jackie, it does. It really, mindfulness is powerful. So, it's up to you guys. Really reset and restructure this month. It's a beautiful opportunity to tune in to you. What brings you joy? What do you believe about yourself right now, and what needs to shift there? And, how can you really embrace the silence around you and love who you are without the validation of other people? And what structures can you put in place for you right now to build on that, so that when we come out of this crisis, that I don't even like saying the word crisis, when we come out of this situation that's happening right now, you won't need the noise, you won't need the validation, you won't need to feel that you have to be under the control of the system, because we're moving away from that. We're moving away from that. All right. I hope those words have helped you in some way, and please reach out if you would like a reading or if you want to check out my mentoring program. There's a lot of people being called to their purpose right now, and it can be a confusing time. So I'm here to help you and to help you navigate that, so that you truly can be living your life on purpose. Yeah. Thank you, Jackie. Thank you, everybody. Have a great day.